Teacher, can you tell me about this book?
Where did you find that? It's forbidden. You shouldn't even be holding it.
Please, I need to know. I've heard so many things. What's in it?
This isn't the place to discuss it. Come with me. Quickly.
Teacher? Where are you?
Touch the stones.
Teacher! Where am I?
You wanted to know about the book, didn't you? During the late Middle Ages, witch hunts were common. The hysterical need to find and kill these evil witches overtook communities. Tragically, this dark obsession would lead to thousands of gory deaths. But this poses a big question. Why would religious leaders pursue witches so vigorously? According to a new theory, early churches might have been less focused on stopping Satan and more interested in using the brutality of the witch hunts to gain followers. To understand this theory, we must look at what happened before witch hunting exploded in popularity. Witches have a long history with the church. Early religious leaders dismissed the idea of witchcraft entirely. At that time, witches were considered a pagan idea.
Want to learn how to create videos like this? Join our school community now.
No reasonable Christian could believe that they existed. In fact, killing a witch was an offense that could be punished by death. But the Protestant Reformation in 1517 would ultimately convince the Church to reverse its position on witches. The Protestant Reformation was triggered by Martin Luther, who challenged the Catholic Church. He argued that people should take more personal responsibility in their relationship with God. These ideas would lead Luther to form Protestantism. Catholics, though, wanted people to depend on the Church for their religious salvation. The resulting debate split the Christian community and left Christians with a difficult choice. Do they stay with the traditional Catholic approach or switch to the up-and-coming Protestant Church? As both churches vied for the public's affection, they searched for a way to set themselves apart. The key, they believed, was to prove that they could best protect their followers from evil and deliver believers to salvation. But how can you demonstrate such an abstract idea? The answer lay in the Malleus Maleficarum, or Hammer of Witches, which had been published in 1486, shortly before the Protestant Reformation began. According to this book, witches weren't just real, but they were heretics who were in league with the devil. To rid the world of their evil, they had to be killed. The newly invented printing press helped rapidly spread these ideas. This served to renew the fear of satanic witches lurking within the community. This bloody idea proved to be extremely popular. The community was happy to help the churches root out evil witches. Often people could come forward anonymously to accuse their neighbors. Unfortunately for the victims of these trials, the punishment for being a witch was gruesome. They were hung and then had their bodies burned. Often these were public ceremonies, which attracted a large crowd. The horror of this historical period lies in the number of people who were persecuted. It's believed that over 50,000 people were killed after being accused of being witches. Most of these victims were women or those with mental illness. The theory that the church embraced the suffering caused by witch trials to gain followers seems harsh, but there is evidence to support this view. Witch trials were most intense in areas where the competition between the Catholic and Protestant churches was highest. In areas where one religion was prevalent, witch trials occurred less frequently. Eventually, though, the Peace of Westphalia put an end to the battles between Catholics and Protestants. However, by this time, the community was used to hunting witches. While witch hunts slowly became less prevalent, it wasn't until the end of the 1700s that this barbaric practice would finally cease. But what do you think of this theory? Were the witch hunts about stopping evil forces or about filling pew seats? Looking for videos that captivate, convert, and elevate your brand? Head to videoceos.com now for top-tier video solutions that make a lasting impact.